Imagine ending your TV show by killing everyone. Not a twist, not a cliffhanger, just gunfire, bodies, and cut to black. That was Blake 7 in 1981, and ever since, every attempt to bring it back has failed. Legal battles, cancelled deals, even Microsoft tried to reboot it and somehow made it worse. But now, in 2026, it's back again, properly. So what went wrong all those years? And why might this one actually work? Let's unfold the nonsense. Blake 7 is one of those shows that, if you watched it as a kid, you probably remember feeling it more than anything else. Not because it looked amazing, let's not pretend the budget was doing miracles, but because it was different. It was cynical. It didn't trust authority, and it didn't treat its characters like they were safe. And then it ended in the most brutal way possible, which is great for drama, absolutely terrible if you're trying to bring it back later. Right, that finale, because this is where everything starts to fall apart. Avon thinks Blake has betrayed them, shoots him. No hesitation, no big speech, just done. Then the Federation storms in and wipes everyone out, one by one. No heroic victory, no last-minute escape, just a slow-motion massacre. And then Avon, standing there, raises his gun, cut to black. Gunfire continues. That's not just an ending. That's the writers saying, yeah, we're finished here. Now, from a storytelling point of view, bold. From a reboot point of view, disastrous. Because now every producer has to answer, are they dead? Are they really dead? Do we undo it? Ignore it? And every answer sounds like a problem. Now, let's make it worse, because the rights were a mess, split between the BBC, the creator's estate, other production interests. So even if someone had a great idea, they couldn't just make it. It became who owns what, who signs off, who gets paid, and by the time you've worked all that out, the moment's gone. Then we get Paul Darrow, Avon himself, and to be fair, you've got to respect it. He wanted to bring it back. His solution, Avon survived. Of course he did. He's not going out like that. But the direction it was going in felt less like a reboot and more like a very enthusiastic continuation. Bigger ideas, more control, rewriting the ending, and studios looked at that and thought, this is risky. Add in rights issues, creative disagreements, and it just collapses. Then Sky steps in, modern reboot, announcements made, momentum building, and then nothing. Just quietly disappears. No big explanation, no payoff, just gone. Now, this is where it gets properly strange. Microsoft decides they want to be a TV network on Xbox, which already sounds like a pitch that got out of hand. They line up a proper reboot, big names involved, real momentum, and then they shut the entire division down. Not just the show, everything. Blake 7 didn't fail here, it got taken down with the whole ship. So, why did all these attempts fail? Firstly, the ending. You can't ignore it, but trying to continue it is messy. Secondly, the tone. It's bleak, cynical, not exactly easy to market. Thirdly, the reputation. People remember the low budget, not the ideas. Fourthly, the rights. If ownership isn't clean, nothing moves. Now, here's where things actually change, because this isn't just another rumour. This time, there's a proper production company behind it, Multitude Productions. And, more importantly, it's being led by Peter Hoar. Now, that matters, because this isn't someone trying to recreate the past. This is someone who's worked on The Last of Us, Doctor Who, so the focus shifts. Not a continuation, not a patch job, a full reset, which immediately fixes the biggest problem. No need to explain how everyone survived being shot, because they didn't. And the tone they're aiming for, closer to Andor, which is exactly what this needs. Grounded, serious, character driven, which ironically is what Blake 7 always was underneath everything. Now, let's be honest, we've heard this before. Announcements, plans, momentum, and then nothing. So until we see casting, filming, actual footage, there's always going to be that doubt. So yes, this might finally be the version that works. Or we're about to add one more failed attempt to a very long list. And honestly, at this point, that might be the most Blake 7 outcome possible. If you remember watching this back in the day, did that ending stick with you? And what would you want? A continuation or a full reboot like this? If you enjoy breaking down this kind of behind the scenes chaos, hit like, subscribe, and I'll keep unfolding the nonsense.